Who's here? Brendan Gill. Dan Sheg, g'day. Is anyone here? Yeah, we're all here. Crazy ones turn up early. Stephen Lang, g'day at 5 a.m. Mark Osborne, hello. Fridge, g'day. Kevin, hello. Paddy says OFSS. I don't know what Paddy means by that. David Ian Sykes, g'day. Russell Ox, hello. Stuart Hingston, hello. Hey guys, how are we on the mill move? Really good question. Craig's been here all day and all day on Monday. Such a legend of a man, really. Hey John. I'm not sure if he's home or whether he's still on his way or what the story is. He left here a few hours ago. He shouldn't be too far away. Whether he's going to pop back on live stream. I was hoping he was going to be here to help with live stream, but it's getting a bit late to be midnight before he got home, so that's not going to happen. And then he's still got a car and a trailer to unload. So anyway, we missed out on Craig and we missed out on Bill. So here I am. About Bush, to be honest. Craig must be about Bush. I hope he makes it home safe. He worked a lot harder than me even. I had one of Dad's old friends here for a bit and he worked harder than both of us, to be honest. But we've had quite a day today. Got some stuff done. Craig is one of the best people on earth, that's right. You might have had Bill if he'd got his stuff together a bit better. Anyway. Sorry guys. This 9 o'clock live stream thing's a bit much really. I don't know how you all put up with it. I wish there was a time zone that suited everybody. That'd be awesome, but there's not. And this time when I'm in Queensland, it suits me, but there we go. So what do we all want to know? The state of chaos. I've been here, I arrived on Sunday afternoon. I didn't do a whole lot Sunday, to be honest. Probably got some old clothes on and spent a little bit of time down here messing around. Don't feel like I achieved much. Monday, Craig was here and Mary and did... Thanks, Rustinox, that's awesome. Craig and Mary were here on Monday and we got the mill out of its corner and outside and cleaned off a bit. And we got the roof off the lathes around and got a rubbish skip and started moving stuff. So we got a bit done. Yesterday was Tuesday. What did I get done on Tuesday? I started packing stuff up and I built a pallet. And it's late. Sorry, Kevin. So we built this pallet, which is hopefully under 1200 wide and 1200 long. It's a fair lump of a pallet. And it's all recycled timber off the roof there. Now it's got 2 half sleepers there. One each end, and that lathe bolted down with 16mm bolts, coach bolts into that. And then and the sleepers are bolted to the pallet, so hopefully it's pretty stable. That's what I'm thinking. Making a pannier box for each side to fill up with junk, because there's stuff to go back. There's a lot of stuff to go back, really. A lot of small stuff, but we're working on it. Anyway, it's all on a pallet, and it sort of feels like it's half ready to go on Friday. So I'm pretty happy about that. If it leaves on Friday, I should make it be home on Tuesday before it. So we'll move around here. Sorry about the high handheld. Is everyone ready for Toolfest? I am, I think, almost. I'm feeling a little bit ready. I've finished the tool. I've got some video. It's not entirely edited, but when I get back, I've got a couple of days to do it. So we should be right. A week. For some reason, I'm going to hang on. Try that. Clean the lens. For some reason, we've got blurry camera. This TIG welder's going back with me. And all its associated bits and pieces. Stephen Lang, I feel your pain. I feel exactly the same. Actually, I have it done somehow, but we're struggling a bit with it. Kevin, sorry if you're frozen. I'm not sure what my internet connection's like. It was probably poor. So that's the setup. And we've got the head folded at 90 degrees to give us a bit less head. Yeah, it gives us about 300 or 400 millimeters less, so we're probably going to take that and run. What's going to go in these boxes? Box of small tools. A lot of stuff is just taps and dies and milling cutters and files, bits and pieces. There's bottles of Loctite and general stuff like that costs a lot to replace and will be useful and aren't particularly much good to anyone else. So all that stuff's going. Dividing head. Some clamps. Probably a 5-inch grinder. See how we're going for space. Leather welding jacket, that sort of stuff, and a welding helmet. Some oxyacetylene gear. As you can see, there's stuff here. Are you back, Kevin? Is anyone there? Thanks, Kevin. This stuff, I guess, has got to go. I don't know. If anyone's in Tassie and they want this and have got some cash to throw at it and want to come and get it, it's probably for sale. It's a Lee D4H and D4R dovetail jig, fully adjustable one. All the accessories and everything. If you don't know what that is, look it up. It's a very nice thing to have, but it's probably complete overkill for the sort of woodwork I do. So that's mine, and I guess it's going with me at some point somehow. Whether I advertise it and sell it in Queensland or whether I actually keep it and hang on to it, I'm not sure. But it's a pretty nice thing to have. Hey, Peter. So that's something else that's got to go in it. Most of the contents of this box have got to go in it because they're mine. Like, seriously, there's a bit of stuff to pack up. But it's looking a whole lot emptier than it was, so we're doing pretty well there. I might take that blow lamp back because they're pretty awesome, really, for boiler work. They're a good bushy flame that you can, very controllable bushy flame that's cheap to run and doesn't cost anything much, and they get things hot pretty quick all over, and they're good for that. So I might take that with me if there's room. Apart from that, I really want to get this lathe cleaned up a bit before I go, and that'll probably be the weekend's job, is to get in there and give that a good scrub and polish, and probably degrease and clean out and a pressure clean and that sort of thing, and maybe a bit of steel wool around it and some degreaser and a good stiff brush, and see what we can end up with as far as having a machine that's worth selling. So that's a project still got to be done. Hey Fridge, how's our video going? Check out Dan's Shed channel. I reckon there's some awesome videos coming. I've said that before. I'll probably say it again, but I've got all the duck boards up. We're pulling stuff out left, right and centre. These walls were sort of coming down. I haven't had much luck with that, but we've got a lot more space here now than we did have. I'm trying to work out what belongs to who and everything else. Hey Craig. It's the man at the moment. So we've got junk here everywhere, as you can probably see. I'm feeling, Craig must be feeling burnt because I'm broken completely. And we had Dad's mate Peter here today, and neither of us could keep up to him, so I don't know. He's 80. No staying power, the young people. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Craig, it's raining. It's not raining here. It's still a nice day. So any of this stuff, there's a pipe bender there. There's a dust extractor that I would strongly advise no one bought. We're slowly making headway into this, and I reckon by the end of the week I can have something half looking like probably a pretty decent sort of workspace again. Probably should have come down 12 months ago and give the old man a hand with it, but anyway, wouldn't have stopped this. And it's only because there's a lot of stuff being moved out of here. There is engine crane there. I'll put you back on there. I've put these boards on here, but if you look, sitting at 90 degrees there underneath the mill, there's a stack of welding wire and welding rods. A lot of welding wire and welding rods going, which is a good thing. And we'll just put a batten on each end, and that should keep all that in there. Yeah, there's a whole lot of crap. So if anyone's local, honestly, if anyone's local, hit us up next few days and come in and we'll give you a hand to, if there's anything you're looking for, we've got some cash, come and see us. Measuring equipment for sale. Look, honestly, yeah, there's a box of micrometers. They're mostly imperial stuff. I'm only taking back the stuff that I've already not got, or that is better than what I've got. There's not a whole lot of metric stuff. There's a lot of imperial stuff. So if you want 8, 9, 10 inch, oh, that's awesome. Awesome, Stuart. 7, 8, 9 inch micrometers. I've got some of those. Not a whole lot. I'm okay in imperial, but it's sort of a second language now. It never used to be. When I worked here, it wasn't. I did work here for a few years. And imperial was the language, really, as far as precision measurement anyway. We worked in millimetres in fabrication, but in the machine shop, it was always, pretty much always there. I tend to use both. I took the folder inside. I found drawings for the boiler. There we go, the boiler I took up, I found drawings for that, and I found some steam engine drawings. So that's a good thing. Yeah, I'm feeling, we're 20 minutes in and I'm starting to feel it. I don't know how you all manage to keep awake at 9 o'clock. What else is happening? What else anyone want to know? I don't know if there's a whole lot to show anyone. Craig dropped something on his foot. That's the other information. Hope he's doing all right. Sorry he's got a black toenail. Hope it's not too bad. How am I holding up? I'm doing okay. Craig probably thinks I'm losing enthusiasm. I probably felt a bit today like I was losing enthusiasm. I'm feeling pretty tired, to be honest. Tomorrow's going to be a pack up these boxes and screw the tops on them sort of a job day. And that's probably about all I'm going to do. And get the rest of the timber cut for this side to get it up to this stage. Then we'll fill them up and we'll screw tops on them. Might screw a batten across between them, front and back, as a bit of protection, and to hold them together a bit. So it's on a pallet, it's ready to go. The freight company's coming in with a tailgate loader, load on a truck, get it to the freight company in Latrobe, which is an hour away, or the truck will pick it up here in Launceston. I'll load it on the truck, and then I don't think it'll come off the truck until it gets to my yard. And probably they've got a tailgate loader on that end as well, but I'm not sure about that. So anyway, we'll see how we go. But I've got a pretty good head start, and the thing's all on a pallet ready to go, so we'll see how it goes. Pallet I made up late yesterday. That was yesterday's job. It's, I don't know, handmade might be pushing it a bit much, but it got done with a bit of help from friends. And it should be excellent. I'm finding bits for this mill. There's a few little bits that need repairing. The carriage stops and things like that, they're all a bit all over the place. Found a couple of loose bits that had broken off. I think they were probably cracked when we got it, and someone actually tried to use them for the first time in 100 years. This mill is a CBA. We'll have a look if anyone's even a little bit interested. It says vertical miller, which is very useful. Was in a high school for a lot of years. So why do we have a smeary screen? I'm going to block that again. Sorry. See if we can get that better. I think it's just glary. But it's CBA. It says CBA jigs. I'm just trying to see that. CBA jigs, moulds and tools. Limited. Hove, Sussex, England. Type 79 vertical mill or die sinking machine. It's the later one apparently. It's got the 5-speed pulley sheaves and it's got ball bearing or roller bearing quill. It's vertical when it stands up. You can read it when it stands up too. It's got geez, there's a lot of junk. Sorry. I'll put this here. Probably. This is Steve Jordan's old mill. That's all. Spot on. This gives you some idea of the age of it. This equipment is property of the Ministry of Munitions, Commonwealth of Australia. So it's World War II. So that's on there. There was something obviously bolted underneath it. Got no idea what that was. There's a door there. With a tool clip. No idea what goes on the tool clip. I don't think there's anything inside there. I haven't had a look or a reach around. Seems a bit strange to have a hole there, but I guess there was an opening in the casting to get the core out, and they thought they'd put a door on it. So there we go. Probably hide your beer in. I don't know. I'm suspicious if you put anything in there, you may not get it out. That's where I'm at with it. This brass rod might go in there actually. No, that one's not going to go in there. No. No way. Look, the old man had nearly a length of 1 3/4 brass rod. So some of it's going back with me because I can use that. Dad made this shelf for it, which is probably a pretty useful thing on there. It's not, I mean, he's taken the sharp edge off this side. He hasn't bothered to do it on the back. And he's taken the sharp edge off that side. It didn't happen on either end on the back. And this one, it's got a cross brace in it. And it attaches to those two brackets, which I'm not sure what they were for. We may have to rethink that when we put a DRO on it. It's got a table lock. So there's the TIG. That's going back. Got to learn to use the thing. Got a lot of knobs. I'm going to be very, very rusty on a TIG. I've used this one once, 2 years ago, something like that, when I was down. I had a bit of a play with it, but that's all. I haven't actually sat down and spent any time with this machine. Like I said to Craig, oops, sorry, I think it'll be all right. Like I said to Craig, if you're interested in the welder, don't learn to weld on. That's it down there in the corner. It's got a choke that moves in and out to adjust the amperage, and it's got 2 wires. Probably yeah, it'll get a bit of foam or something around it. It's going to get plastic around the whole lot, so we should make it, I think, okay. So it's a pretty heavy sucker. We're slowly getting there. If we get it there for under 1200, we'll be pretty happy, and I think it's going to be overweight and probably oversized, but we can live with it. We'll see how we go. That's actually 200 lower than I was expecting it to be, so we're doing all right there. So that's the mill. It's the welder. And there's all the bits. We'll go through this box at some time with a little bit more care. Unbox it, whatever. See what's in here. There's a lot of homemade tools. A lot of arbors. There's a set of drawbars for the quill. They're actually under that sheet of plywood in the T-grooves. Hey Matt, I don't think there's anything you can do really to lower the centre of gravity, and it looks like it's heavy on top. Right, it really does give that impression. But me and Craig, like, we never had a hope of tipping that sideways to get a roller under it or endways. Like, no way in the world can you tip that over. I think you would have to get about probably 6 or 8 inches under one end of it before it even thought about tipping over. Like, it's pretty solid on the base, like it really is. I don't think it's a centre of gravity problem, especially with that big wide pallet on it. Probably more than $200, I would say. There's about 2 meters. There's a metre inch brass, and there's a metre of 1 3/4. And there's some other bits as well. So whatever goes in this box will go in. There's some TIG welding stuff. There's, if anyone's watching, there's some 1.5 square for a belt grinder project. I would like to keep these boxes under 250 kilo. That's what I'm sort of planning. That's what I'd like to do, but I'm not sure if we're going to achieve that. I got a feeling we're going to be a bit overweight. Anyway. I think it's just cold here. Sorry, guys. That's probably why we're getting haze. They're probably going to get a few more boxes, a few more screws in them for sure, Craig. that's kind of the way it's looking. There's plenty of screws here. We'll just whack a heap of them in there until we think they're solid enough. So that's where we're at. That's the state of play at the moment. There's a lot of crap here that really could do with a home, but I don't know what to do about it. Just leave it for the auctioneer, I guess. Someone's going to walk in and grab all this metal for $1,000. If anyone's got a business opportunity, if they want a business opportunity, you could come and buy all this scrap for $1,000 and I'll help you load it, and you could flog it out at retail price. I would very much like it up that high. As far as actual table width and everything, that's really nice height for that machine. But I think that pallet's in the way, so it's probably going to stay on the sleepers, to be honest. And we'll kick the pallet out of the way. And that might be pretty good. That'll give us at least another couple, 3 inches, 4 inches. So things like that 14-inch cast iron flywheel is probably going to go. It's mine anyway. Getting a bit cold. I wonder if the space heater works. We're going to point you up here at the roof and we'll see if we can get it going. Probably there's nothing in the bottle. I think the bottle's empty, so that's not an option. Craig says you should have brought the pipe vendor. Come back on Monday. I turned the bottle valve on. No, nothing happening. I reckon this bottle's empty. It's a forklift bottle, so it's kind of illegal and very difficult to get filled. And I imagine you wouldn't be able to hear me above the roar of it anyway. There's a fixed post bender there, and there's also a bendy leg one too, which is a much better bender. I don't know where that is. It's here somewhere. Nice porta power on it. A couple of extra cylinders as well, so make a nice press. You hook the porta power into a decent end pack cylinder and you've got a pretty nice hand operated press. Just saying. Oops. And David found another book. Send me the name of it and I'll get one. Sorry, Craig. Things you find when you're going through your old man stuff. It's a bucket of sprockets, right? Hey, Bill. Right. Seriously. I've got a 4-litre paint tin full of these sprockets. No idea why. Don't know why he bought them. Can't think of a use for them as such. Chain sprockets. But there's quite a lot of them. They look brand new. Everyone needs one. A lot of caster wheels. Anyone want some caster wheels? You guys should live a bit closer. What do you think that is? Anyone got any ideas? That's right, Paul. You can never have enough sprockets. All 15 tooth. Does anyone know what that casting is? Looks like a motor mount. That's a very, very astute observation, actually. It does look like a motor mount. Okay. There you go. Very useful thing to have, obviously. It's a bit unjust. I can't take everything with me. In particular, some of the stock. I'd love to fill up a container of stock. Or I'd love to be here for a month and flog everything off to the first comer. Because I reckon there's a few dollars sitting here, to be honest, if you sold it that way. I really do. I think that if you listed everything and sold it and stuck everything on eBay, and you would probably make a killing out of the shorts. But some of them are way too heavy to post. It's not even an option. So there we go. It's a lot of burnout grinders. Anyway. Hey Tom, good to see you. Oh. So, Toolfest 2021. What's the date today? I haven't got a clue what the date is, to be honest. It's the 10th. Is it? Must be the 10th. So, we got 14 days. You got 14 days, guys. Craig's going to need next Monday to do his Toolfest video. I've got mine half done. I apologise for not spending enough time promoting this hashtag bomb. I really feel bad about that, but things kind of crept in that were beyond my control a bit. So I've really concentrated on those things and not done what I should have to make that work. We might have to do it again. Poor Peter got a dead Makita grinder out. And it was dead, like a dangerous rotten thing. It's obviously got bearing problems and brush problems. And yeah, it was touched in places. Anyway, it all lit up pretty well and we got some smoke. Probably shouldn't have started it, but it definitely died. We found the original grinding wheel with Hitachi still written on it. It was a Hitachi grinder, which has obviously lasted longer than the grinder. Rustnox is still working on it. That should be awesome. I can't wait to see that one. Oh, goodness gracious. There's another sleeper here, Craig, you forgot. The 11th is 11th tomorrow, 11 o'clock. We better have a minute's silence. There's another heap of casters. Look. What on earth he bought them for? They're brand new. There's a set of these here. Right, 4 of these. Which are obviously hospital bed casters or something. On the same bench, there's 4 of these, which are bed casters. Too good to throw out. I saw some other casters here somewhere too, so there's plenty of them. And Craig already got a good set. Oh. Brendan's right, it's only 14 days left. You can tell the people who've got theirs under control because they're promoting it. There's only been 14 days left. Everyone else is panicking. Oh. Sorry, guys. But we've swept the floor. Mary, Craig's other half, come and spend a bit of time sweeping the floor, and much appreciated. If she's watching, I really appreciate that. It's a really nice thing to do. And thank you, darling. We've been sweeping the floor. We've had a couple of barrel loads off the floor already today. And probably if we get this welding bench out on Friday and the mill out on Friday, we're going to have another bit of a sweep up. I definitely need an early night. She's getting ready to go to bed, lucky thing. Excuse me. Stuart's not doing so good. I hope you do manage to get here on Saturday, though, Stuart. Good to see you. What else? Someone must have 1,000 questions about what things are. I can't stop yawning. I apologise for that. Can you weigh in some of the heavier, less valuable? By weighing, yeah, we can take them to a scrapyard, I think. Can we pan a bit more? Take care, Brendan. Thanks for checking in. The yellow wheels actually go on this table. It's got two lift-off wheels on the end, so you can move it around. And the yellow wheels are supposed to be steerable and go on the other end so that you can move it around. And when you put them down on the ground, you can actually move this. This is 30mm plate, this bench. It's about 600 wide and 2200 long, something like that. So pretty serious, 24 probably. Pretty serious lump of plate. It's got 100 by... No, they're not 100. They're probably 80 by 80 by 10mm square legs. So... Take care, Mark. Good to see you. So, this belongs to Dad's, mate. Holy crap. Sorry. Apologise. Got to clean the top of that welder off, get it all out, get it cleaned up. It's probably worth a few $100 more if it's been given a bit of a clean up. It's a good machine, but it's had every single garden fertiliser you could known to man living on top of it in plastic bags, so that's a bit of a problem. It's a bucket of boat trailer bits that belong to Dad's mate Peter, and they're going out the door. Bit of a look at this lathe. Still covered up, but it's going to get a bit of a clean before. Craig, yes, I know that. I did try. I actively tried to get you to back the trailer down here and load up, but anyway, it didn't happen. We'll see you Monday. Look, we could have put a ton of bar ends, and they're not just bar ends. Some of those bits are 2 foot long. You need this stuff. We haven't even got to the depths of that underneath that bench. Actually, it's getting better, looking better than it was. Nice little 40-to-1 gearbox there, David Brown one. Might be useful for someone. This is hydraulic tracer attachment for the back of the lathe. There's plenty of steel rules here. I don't have very many long steel rules, so I might see if I can fit one of them in. This is starting to look a bit emptier, but there's still a lot of junk. A lot of things that look good on the surface. I don't know whether they're worth fixing, like Someone really ought to clean up that 1.5" reamer. And probably it would clean up to be a 5 thou 1.5" reamer, and that's not a bad thing because you can always machine stuff to fit the whole 5 thou under, 10 thou under. Still got to find where I put the reverse jaws for the dividing head chuck. And there's another little chuck there as well that I'd like. But I've got no idea where the jaws are for that. There's a set there for the reverse jaws for the Taylor chuck. I don't know if anyone's seen a Taylor chuck. Some micrometers in a box here. Let's have a look. This is a Taylor 3-jaw chuck, English Taylor. Pretty popular thing back in the day. A pretty good chuck. The scroll's on a taper, like on a cone, in towards the inside. So they're pretty strong chuck. And the jaws are tapered. They look something like this. To go on the scroll. So that's a Taylor chuck. They're not a bad thing. There used to be thousands of them around and they were pretty popular. But anyway, there's one there for this machine and it gets a lot of use. It's a pretty good chuck. But excellent chuck, really. A lot of bearings. Still finding second-hand bearings that are probably not much wrong with them. If you want to make rollers or gantries or things, they'd probably be really good. But you got to draw the line somewhere. It's one of those magnifying vanity mirrors. They're a really useful thing actually in the workshop. That blue one's probably cast iron Durabar, hollow bar. There's a Polish vernier there. There's a couple of electric brake controllers. There's a magnetic base. Another big solid indicator base. There's a stack of bearings. There's a lot of scrap. There's another little chuck there that's been repaired. I don't know, it's probably not a bad little chuck for a dividing head. I don't trust it much, to be honest. It's got a crack in it. Chuck keys on the wall. Another box there with stuff in it. I have no idea what's inside there. It's got my writing on it. This says watch glasses, but it's got bolts in it. This one says cylinder mounts and cylinder plugs. This one's got grub screws and ball bearings in it. This one's got fuses and starters for fluorescent lights. That one's got clips for clevises and clevises. That one's empty. I think that one's empty. That one's got springs. That one's got long bolts. That one's got electrical switches and bits of felt. This used to be my box. It's got my writing on it. That one's got bronze bushes in it. Full plate nickel and brass and private label. Gosh, bracelets and bezels. Watch glasses. Size 12 Elgin Pine Elgin. Cylinder mounts. Cylinder plugs. Barrels, wheels. Longines, etc. Waltham Watch Co. Swiss, gosh, no idea. Private labels. Winding and setting, balance cocks. Anyway, there you go. Hey, Paul. Crack chuck for a well positioner. Yeah, it's probably not too bad. Honestly, it's probably reasonable. This is it. Right. Let's see if we can find the crack. It has got this ring on the outside, which wasn't original, I don't think. I think someone's shrunk a ring on it to hold it all together. It's got writing on there. I've got no idea what it says. And I can't see where it's cracked out. But I just had a feeling that little chuck's got a crack in it. There's a set of reverse jaws for it and all, which is better than the two chucks that I've managed to find and haven't managed to find jaws for. They must be here somewhere. No idea. Anyway, take care, Craig. I'm going to call it a night too. Thanks everyone for joining in. I don't know if there's a whole lot to show. Stuart, remind me to give you this when you come. There's more wheels down there. Just a crap load of stuff, really. So we're still working at it. We'll eventually get there. So take care. Have a great night. And I'm probably going to head straight to bed because I talked to my sister for a bit and I might head straight to bed because I'm done. I'm shattered. And tomorrow's another big day, I guess. Take care. I'm out. And be kind to each other. Thanks for joining in.